All right, all right. What's going on? Can't hear you. What's
What's up?
up, man? How you
There
doing?
we go. Oh, it's been a week.
Yeah,
Yeah, just so much stuff. Was that a little heiny I saw? Oh,
100%.
hell yeah.
100%. It's 5 o'clock for me.
Oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Fuck yeah.
Yep, 5 o'clock over here. Just topping off the first one.
There you go. Champ.
Give me the lowdown. I've got some updates too. Got some good stuff cooking.
Yeah, I just been crazy busy. Like everything with the company, everything with this new course situation that I'm trying to launch. I
I'm
think I
really
told you.
excited to hear about that. I bet the revenue is going to be fucking insane.
I'm hoping so. I'm putting in a lot of work into making it good. So, which for the
That
price tag, I would expect it needs to be good.
that's more than most course creators can say.
Yeah, and I had a lot of the content already filmed, but it just was like not good quality. Like it was all recordings from other meetings or strategy calls and things like that, and I was like I should probably re-record these with higher quality stuff, which I'm in the process of doing. It's just taking a lot longer than.
Yeah, that's sometimes a problem of doing like these recorded calls and saying, "Oh, this is super valuable," but there's a lot of bullshit that people have to cut through to be able to get to the valuable part.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So yeah, doing that development on a lot of the company stuff, trying to go through a whole simplification process of the entire platform,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got a couple new clients that are kind of reframing the way that we're thinking about. It's not we're not pivoting at all, but instead of trying to maybe target an agency, we might want to be targeting other software companies that don't want to rebuild this thing that we've already rebuilt.
Interesting.
And instead of using us for white label, the platform, our billing and Stripe connections, like all that whole side of it, use us as a provider of an AI agent solution. So think of like how you would go to SendGrid to or Mailgun to do email. Like they're a platform provider for email at scale. We are a platform for AI agents at scale.
Right, right. Yeah,
And
so
that's
rather than someone having to like piece it together in N8N, they just go to your platform because it's already pre-built and it's guaranteed to work properly
at scale. And that's
at
that's
scale. Yeah.
that's the key difference. And we've always said that to other prospective customers, like, who's your ideal customer? Like, what makes people successful using it? And it's like, it's the people that are trying to deploy hundreds or thousands of AI agents very quickly.
Hmm.
They don't want to have to go through that end process of, connecting a bunch of stuff together. They just want to be able to do a few things and then hit deploy and then it's live and it's ready to go.
Yep. Yeah, makes sense.
And that's a slight difference than what we're trying to do now, where, we might be trying to target a business owner or an agency who may or may not have clients. And other software platforms, they are technical, they have money, they know the problem that they're trying to solve and are looking for a solution. And we can be that solution at scale, especially with our robust API that we've already built out and a few other things. So yeah, again, it's not a pivot or a change, but it's just kind of like it's like a refocus or a reframing of what we're trying to do.
Sounds like you just found a better customer that's going to stick
Yes,
longer and pay more, and it's just trying to cater to those customers' needs.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, makes
Yep.
sense.
Yep. So that's that. And then the last thing is it's interesting how things happen, and I'm sure you see this in your business and life, like when things will happen in waves. And it's like, oh, all of a sudden 10 things happen all at once versus last week like nothing happened. So I've gotten like several brand deals for videos in the last like week, 2 weeks with lots of different companies that are trying to launch, you know, their products, and they're looking for content creators or a new term. Have you ever heard of the term KOL?
No, not yet.
I had never heard of this term until one of my team members actually mentioned it because somebody emailed us and he was like, I'm a KOL. It's a key opinion leader.
Okay. All right.
And okay, guy, like for sure. But then I had like several brands reach out to me being like, we are looking for KOLs like you. And I was like, oh, I guess now I'm a KOL. Like, this is hilarious.
You know what I actually don't mind it because I wouldn't put you into the influencer category because it's more like business influencer, but you aren't telling people what to do, you're giving people actual knowledge. So I guess it's not that far off actually. It kind of makes sense.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Yeah. So, yeah, just doing all of those brand deals. And then
And
it's
do you still have
interesting
an
that,
agency managing the rates for you?
no, these are all direct.
Oh, nice. Okay. Not bad.
Yeah, these are people just emailing me. I made it very easy for people to go click my link in bio, and then I have a button that's like interested in working with me or interested in me promoting, and then they click a button and it opens up my email in a new email draft on whatever platform they're on. So that way they can just send me an email, and I've been getting probably 3 to 7 emails a day of companies that are looking
What's your
to.
response then? Is it just like a canned response? Here are my rates, pick it a la carte style, or how do you deal with it?
Kinda. So I used to do that and I used to automate that, but then there were so many companies that were BS. Like, I'm never gonna do anything for a crypto or a gambling site ever.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just not me. That's not my brand. That's not my audience. Even though I probably could make a killing doing that. But no.
Yeah, because especially like crypto gambling, they pay
Oh,
you like 50% of their earnings. It's crazy.
disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So I don't want to do that. And then I also don't want to do any platform or website or company that's like shitty or like not in my realm of something that I would talk about if I wasn't getting paid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how you deteriorate your brand. You got to talk about companies that you would actually use.
Exactly. Or something that I actually find interesting. Like if it's a product and something that I would actually find interesting, then for sure. Yeah. So that's like one of my first criteria, and I have to do a little bit of research on the like I click their link and then I go to their website to see what they're all about, and then if it kind of passes that test, then I respond to them. Thanks for reaching out. Here's I've attached my media guide and my rate sheet below, which has all of my stats and my rates and the process that I do. And then my question to them is, are you looking for a one-off or a longer term collaboration? Because in my rate sheet now, I have package deals for multiple videos. I didn't always
Yeah,
have
makes
that.
sense. So if someone wanted to go through the package deal and work with you, let's say 3 months, do they have to pay the 3 months up front?
No. So right now I'm doing 50% on upon delivery of the script draft, and then 50% within 7 days after me posting. And that I used to require 100% upfront. Nobody does that anymore. Then I required 50% upfront upon signing, like anything. And that's still can happen sometimes, but brands are now aware that people are just going to try to get that first 50% and then not do the video.
Interesting.
and I can understand from my point of view as like a brand as well. If I if and when I do a content deal, which we did one last week, which was very interesting. I would feel sketchy of like, oh, I need to pay this person up front with nothing in return, essentially.
Yeah.
Like I have to do a little something. So now I do it where I'll work on a script and I'll draft something up and then I'll send it to them, and then when I send that draft, I include the first 50% invoice link, and then they have to pay that in order for me to continue to the filming process.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, and some pretty cool brands, to be honest.
Any ones we could name drop?
Not yet, but once I post them, then yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see them soon.
Yeah. And there's some product ones too, which is quite interesting. Like AI physical products.
That'd be interesting.
So it's very interesting. I was like,
That's
"Ooh,
something I think would be really cool, actually.
I am very interested in your product and wanting to
Hmm.
test this out. This is very cool."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice. That's exciting. So, a bunch of brand deals. I think last time, 2 weeks ago, we spoke, you said all-time high revenue for June. How's July shaping up?
Summer slowdown is real, for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that is not something, and we've been hearing that from a lot of other business owners. The in Stripe now, it shows your comparative MRR growth to other companies in your sector, which is an interesting stat.
Very cool.
Everybody was like 10%, 13%, 15% like leading up, and this month it's like minus 3% or like
Yeah.
minus 3.5%. We're not doing that bad, but it's definitely not as high of a growth as last month. So,
So this is interesting little sidestep. Before our call, I have a call with a nine-figure media buyer, and he works with over a dozen nine-figure brands. So I got his take on it, and I asked him, okay, what's the topic of our conversation today? Because it's interview style, and then we chop it up into shorts and we post it. And he goes, the topic for today is Cyber Week, last week's Amazon deals. Normally they're actually only 2 days, even though they call it Cyber Week, it's like 2 days are the big sales days. This time it was 4 days. And some interesting stats. Their volume in terms of product sold was up 100%, which makes sense. 2 days to 4 days. They just doubled the length of the sale, sold twice as many product, right? Revenue was up 30%. So double the amount of sales, only 30% increase in revenue. And total discount percentage offered by brands was down 52%. So brands gave less of a discount. Let's say last year they were 25%, this year they're 15%.
oh,
So I asked him, like, how do you analyze that? What's going on with this data? And he goes, okay, so two things. First is there was a cold climate coming into the sales season. These e-com brands are really cognizant of protecting their margins because July has been so slow and June has been so slow. So people aren't trying to rip budget and make these huge returns on sales. They're being a little bit more protective of their margins. So they're not giving as big a discounts. They're still participating in the sale, but they're not spending like crazy. They're not doing this huge discount. And then the other thing is, if you double your sales, but your revenue increases by 30%, it says a lot about the product that people are buying. People are looking for lower cost items, not even something that's on sale, but they're not spending, $285 on whatever, a new George Foreman grill. They're, budget shopping, essentially, especially on Amazon. So I think it's interesting if you look at AI and what people are going to be spending money on, it's probably not the high ticket $249 a month softwares. It's probably like the really low entry, really low cost, easy to get in. I don't know. That's just my assumption. But that's the macro trend. It's like people are still buying, but they're buying lower cost shit. They're shopping around. They're not even looking for discounts. They're just looking for lower priced products.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
It
It's
makes
cool to
sense.
see it on a macro trend.
Yeah. Well, I think it also it correlates to software as well. Like that mentality is not based off of the thing that you're buying, but it's the buying power that you have.
Hmm.
And we saw quite, I mean, we still see quite a bit of people that are, that have failed payments because they have insufficient funds, which
Yeah.
is just a wild thing to see.
It's crazy to think you couldn't bill someone's card $100.
Or like $10.
Yeah.
At that point, I feel like I was like, that doesn't like overdraft protect you for like
Yeah, I almost
a
feel
little
bad at
bit?
that rate. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is ah, what are people doing? They're
I
just
see that a lot when customers request refunds because we're a low cost iPhone app of $45 a year. We occasionally have someone that will request a refund and say, like, I literally can't afford this. I need the money back on my card. I'm like, well, too bad it's Apple and it's out of my hands. And they actually decide if you get the refund, not me. So I don't know, man. Good
man.
luck. That's crazy.
Do you know? I mean, they're probably in another country.
Most of our growth, a huge percentage of our growth is Australia right now.
Australia, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who knows what the I'm sure the Australian dollar is not doing too well.
I don't know. I'm no macroeconomist, but
Yeah. Yeah. That's a shame too, because it's just like, at some point I feel bad, but I'm like, for you it might be a little different because you're targeting like a person or a consumer, but if it's a business, I'm like, how do you not have a business card that has funds on it?
100%. Yeah. Yeah, that's the big question. I think
Immediately it tells me that you're not like a real business and not
Well,
then
and I think that's part of it for you, especially being in AI because it's such a sexy topic. It's like if anyone is going to try anything entrepreneurial, or if anybody wants to try like a financial freedom, get rich quick, they're just jumping into AI. So I'm sure
yeah.
you get a lot of bullshit just by nature of the business that you're in.
It's insanely similar in terms of mentality to 2014 to 2016 e-com dropshipping.
Yeah, I knew you were
That's
going to say
the
that.
same mentality like I see.
Yeah.
And I mean, I recognized that a couple of years ago where I was like, this will be that trend very quickly as soon as people kind of lose their money on their drop shipping stores and then then realize that, oh, I can make more money with software and not have to worry about shipping stuff to people. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's a content game and distribution is not that difficult on socials, especially when it's software.
yeah. One, yeah, especially if it's these like simple, sexy apps that do one thing really well that you can just rip content on.
Yeah.
Um, but
I
yeah,
think a lot of
no,
things in AI, the thing that was super sexy like 2 months ago is just so accessible now. Everybody has it.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
AI agents is a good one. When that first came out, when that was first a topic, when people first started to think about it, and when it was even first labeled, because I remember you called it an AI agent before it was like universally known as an AI agent. But people used to sell these things for like $2,000 a pop to businesses.
mm-hmm,
And now you can produce 1,000 of them at a time in Stammer
mm-hmm.
for, I don't know, $500 a month or something
Very
ridiculous.
cheap. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What's interesting is we, there's like levels to adoption, right? With any new technology, and I think you and I are definitely in the higher echelons of that cohort where our bubble and the people that we surround ourselves with are on top of these things faster than, Joe who owns a sandwich shop down the road. And then Joe who owns a sandwich shop is still above, Sally who works corporate HR. And when I go quote unquote into the real world and talk to real people, it's fascinating how many questions people will ask me about things that we were talking about 2 years ago, maybe even longer at this point. Like when this stuff was first coming out, like how do we use it? How do we, use it within the context of this task or this job or this type of business? And all that is things that we've learned through trial and error over the last couple of years. And as things have progressed and accelerated within the last couple of months. But for the average person, the average worker, they're still coming to that 0 to 1 moment where, how do I use this to make my life better? How do I have my first AI aha moment? All
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And the default for everybody now is just go to ChatGPT and use it like a search engine. But that's, barely even scratching the surface. It's very useful, but it's not even close to the full capability.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I've realized that I can help people out with, is get them to that first moment where, oh, I don't know how to use it in my daily life to make my life better, or
Mm-hmm.
even worse, I don't like AI. I don't want to use this stuff because or like whatever kind of arbitrary reason. And it's like, guys, you need to be running towards this stuff, and you're not going to know why. You're not going to know why, and you're not going to know that your future self will look back at you in a silly way because you were so staunchly against it for some random reason, until you have that moment where the light bulb goes off and you realize that you can do your job way better, faster, easier.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's easy to see the negative sides of it. Uh, and for a lot of people, they might not know the tool exists that they want to use, especially because there are so many people building AI tools that sometimes just discovering them is the challenge on its own, like finding out how to incorporate into your daily life or into your business.
Yeah.
But it's easy to see all the things that you hate about it. Like, I know for myself, I I hate getting emails that are clearly written by ChatGPT or written by AI. Like, there's too many EM dashes, the grammar's perfect, and it's speaking in a conversational tone. I'm like, this is AI, and then I'm gonna write a response, and I'm gonna run it through AI, and I'm gonna respond to the person, and it's just fucking ChatGPT talking to each other. I'm like, this is annoying. This is not the purpose of doing this. But then when you realize actual things that will speed up your workflow like 100 times, I think that's the aha moment.
Yeah.
It's not
And I
like my
think,
grammar is better and I can send an email. It's this used to take me 10 hours. It took me 45 minutes.
yeah, yeah. A lot, and I think a lot of it is due to traditional media, that they know that they can get more clicks and more engagement by rage baiting and fear mongering rather than productive and happy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I see that all the time now, where it's, that's ChatGPT is going to replace, or AI is going to replace everybody's jobs, or AI is making everyone dumber, and no one actually cares to go into that further other than the headline.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, did you see the one about the MIT study
MIT. Yep.
that
Yeah, I saw that.
everybody is talking about, the headline that, oh, ChatGPT is making you dumber? Did did you read it by any chance?
I saw the headline. Everybody
So
saw the headline.
I read it, and the case study was done on 55 people. A. They were all students, And the conclusion of their study was if a student uses ChatGPT to write an essay, essentially, versus people who don't use ChatGPT to write an essay, the recollection of the person who used it to write the essay is lower than the person that didn't use it. No
Well, yeah,
shit.
because they didn't have to read it.
No shit.
Oh my
And
God.
that got spun into ChatGPT makes you dumber.
Yeah, of course.
The comparison when people bring, so it's funny now when I like go to coffee after a run or something and these topics come up, it's always fun because I'm like, did you actually did you read it? No, I know you didn't read it because otherwise you wouldn't have this opinion of it.
Yeah,
The other
100%.
the other side of it is there's like a school that has been using custom individual AI tutors for students in, I think it's in Texas, somewhere in Texas. And these kids are like 3xing the normal rate at which they are learning material. They're only in school for a few hours a day. It's kind of like that Montessori style teaching where
Mhm.
like you let kids kind of discover things and figure things out, but each of them has a personalized AI tutor that's like with them throughout that whole day, and they're outperforming like every other kid in their age group or in their area, and it's like, oh, so is that making them dumber? Like, no, it's actually accelerating their ability to have critical thinking because the tutors are not trained to just, these AI tutors are not just trained to give the answer, it's to have the AI ask questions to the student and then have a conversation as if it was a human tutor.
100%. Yeah.
And it just so happens that that AI tutor never gets frustrated, never gets tired, never, all of the things that are quote unquote human flaws within that element.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I point to that as one of the kind of like the pro examples because it's not something that was widely shared or as big as the article of this. Oh, MIT did a
It's
study,
not the
blah blah
same
blah.
clickbait as the bullshit MIT
Exactly.
article. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised, and I can probably tell you why. I had a lot of tutors growing up in school. I don't know if you did, but I struggled with a gajillion things in school. So I had a bunch of tutors. And the best part about having a tutor is they get to know you and you kind of form your own little language of they know the things you know, they know the things you don't know, they know what to quiz you on and what not to. And it's like building a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
That is probably the thing I like most about language model AIs is it learns you and it learns based on the conversation. And that's why it's so useful for research purposes because I don't need to give it context of what a question that I'm asking. I don't need to give it reference material of a thing that I'm researching because it already knows based on all the past conversations. And that's probably why this is so useful because the student has a follow-up question to a thing they were doing 2 hours ago and they could just boom, 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 ask it probably in a conversation type interface. And that's I think that's the real value is it learns your thought process and then it can communicate with you in a way that's going to be specific to the things that you have asked it about in the past.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why I think ChatGPT is going to win in the long run because they have that vendor lock-in. Like everyone started using them before Claude, Grok, Mistral, Perplexity, like all these other, major competitors, Google, major competitors. I think Google might be one of the only ones that could compete with that because they have access to all your emails and your documents and everything else natively without any third-party integration.
Yeah.
But I still use ChatGPT the most in most day-to-day use cases because it has that past conversation history and I can reference that memory and all of those things.
Yeah, it's kind of like an ecosystem, but for your own knowledge. Like if I all of a
Hmm.
sudden go to Gemini and ask it questions and it doesn't have the context of what I was asking in ChatGPT, it's just not going to be useful for me. So the more I stick with one platform, the better that conversation experience is going to be.
And I remember in some interview, Sam Altman was saying that that's one of their eventual goals is to have an unlimited context window where you can upload and have like your entire life, every detail of your entire life can go into these models, and then you'll be able to use that as like, you know, your second you or
Yeah. Yeah, your
some
second brain.
some
This is either going to be
dystopian.
the most useful thing in the world or like the easiest way to manipulate an entire society.
Probably a combination of the both.
Yeah.
Probably, if I had to guess.
Anyway,
But
sidestep when you were talking about Google, have you used Notebook LM?
oh yeah,
Oh, dude, it's so useful. Oh my
yeah,
gosh. It's so useful.
yeah. Notebook is really good. I've been using Manus.im a lot lately.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that one last time. I haven't used it yet. Thoughts?
It's really cool. It does like its own internal tool calling. So, for example, yesterday I was like, I need help writing a guide on how to use some AI lead generation softwares, mainly Lemlist and Instantly, because those are the two ones that I've used in the past.
Hmm.
So I put that query in there, and then it created a plan. It started doing research online like normal. But then it did something interesting that I've not seen ChatGPT do, where it pulled up a virtual browser in the chat window, and the AI started scrolling the website, reading the entire front page of the website for each website.
Interesting.
So it didn't just scrape it; it was looking at all the visuals and everything like with the full context of the website, and then
Mhm.
it used that information to then help create the guide.
Wow.
And I was like, that's very cool. That is not something I've seen before.
Dude, think about how complex that would be to build. Like, how hard did that team work to get that feature working?
Pretty. I mean, the cool thing, the technology is out there. Like Selenium browser, like that technology has existed for a long time. But being able to integrate that with vision and then getting that, I can see technically how to do it, but like it's such a like crazy stack of things that I'm like, oh man, that's and it worked very well. It was super easy. I didn't have to tell it to do that. It just did it.
That's very
Very
cool.
cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably see, you would have the foresight into seeing how that's done. I think the average person like me, I'd be like, this is
Magic.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
magic.
Yeah. I mean, but even then I was like, oh, this is I sent a screenshot. I sent it to Tim. I'm like, dude, look how cool this is. Like even, technically knowing how to do it doesn't take away from the fact that it's still kind of novel and new.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
just because you know how it could be done doesn't mean you haven't done it. Like
Yeah.
you can still appreciate the amount of work that would take to go into it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
That's cool. Yeah, you've mentioned Manus like 100 times now. I need to start using it.
it's pretty good. I will
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Let's just throw this in the bookmarks here. All
Yep.
right. Nice. Did I tell you we're doing the Melbourne Baby and Parent Show Expo?
No.
Oh yeah.
Are
Oh
you
yeah.
flying out there?
No, no, no. Our partner Tara is heading it up actually,
Okay.
which is great. I don't even have to go out with two screaming kids on a 12-hour flight.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, we'll probably do the one in Sydney in November, and then Kathy and I and the kids will fly out, and we'll be a part of that one. But yeah, we'll see how the Melbourne one goes. But it's exciting. It's 5,000, or sorry, 10, 11,000 people coming in. 70% of them are pregnant with their first baby. So it's like
Mm.
prime. right in the market of exactly what we're looking for. And we're doing a bundle with all of our brand partners with a $2,000 cash giveaway. And the entries to the giveaway are to download and use the app. Like just pay for a subscription, you're automatically entered. So we've got like, yeah, a whole giveaway plan behind it. But yeah, good old fashioned foot traffic.
So it's a convention.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
I
Okay.
see. I went to two of these when we were pregnant with Noah when we were having our first baby, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. There's a lot of products that you'd only buy as a first time parent because the
Yeah.
second time it's like, I don't need a changing mat. I'll just throw them on the couch. I don't care. But there's yeah. Anyway, it's mainly first time parents, so I think it'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
And the break even for us is 170 new customers, 170 paying customers.
Paying at the year level?
Yeah, yeah. But actually, it doesn't really matter if they pay monthly. We end up making more just with our
Yeah,
current
yeah, yeah.
retention.
Oh wait, so that's not like a lot at all.
No, it's $5,000 for the booth. It's not that much, and $45 subscriptions. So it's 170 people will ROI.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
What is your um what is your context breaker? So what I mean by that is like the I mean my whole stack of convention uh badges is right there. The best booths that I've always been like, oh, I need to make a note of that. They have something that attracts people to the booth that breaks the flow of them just walking around like an aimless drone at a convention. So
That's a good question. I don't know if we have it nailed down yet, but that's a good thing to think about.
so some good examples. These are not related to parents, but these are the best ones that I still remember to this day, where a booth would have one of those punching bag machines where you could see like how tough you are, like and if you were the top person of the day, you won like a free MacBook or something. Another one was like a putting green, where if you and if you enter in and then you get like three chances to putt in. Now, actually, that one actually might be good for like the dads there. Like, oh, try to putt this in, and in the example that I remember, they were giving away like an actual like a Scotty Cameron putter. Like it was a super nice putter, but I think there's other ways to like spin the ChatGPT. Here's a couple examples. Now make 10 for me and my company,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
something that like the whole concept is like get people's minds off of the convention and into like it's a break. It's like a time away from the convention where you don't need to talk about the things that you're there to talk about, which then gets you talking about your company and the things that you want to talk about. It's like so
That's a good one.
counterintuitive, but it works so well. So well.
Yeah. That's a good point. I don't know what ours would be yet, but at the other baby conventions, I mean, kids' toys are an easy one. It's like your kids are being annoying. Here's a sand pit with like these really cool toys. Just put them in here, and then
That's
you.
Yep.
So that could be a good one. I've also seen free ultrasound. It's like just examine the baby. Come take a look.
Okay. That one takes a lot of time.
And you need an ultrasound machine and a technician and the whole thing.
Honestly, the golf putting one could be a home run because it's going to
Could
attract the person, unless there's more single women there than with their guy.
I doubt it'll be first time pregnancy. It's not that many single women. It's couples.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
So if
putting
you
green's not a bad
attract,
idea.
think about that. So you attract the guy, distract the guy, and then you sell the woman while the guy's putting.
That's not bad actually.
Like, hey, honey, like, oh, I want to go to that booth. Look, I could win this new putter. Like, oh. And then the woman's like, oh, fine. and then walks up, and then he goes, and then she's like, "Oh, so what do you guys do?"
Oh my gosh,
Genius.
that's actually sneaky good. It might be good or it might be a gimmick. I don't know. I'm gonna run it through ChatGPT. I'll get a few ideas.
I think that's fucking genius.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not fully sold yet. You're not exactly my target market, so I'm gonna run it by a few people.
But think of like young dads. What are young dads most likely into?
Yeah, no, I would obviously go to a putting green first before.
See, there you go. Like win this putter. Like, oh, why is this company doing that? Oh,
Oh, fuck, that might be funny. All right,
that's that's
we'll
really
see.
good.
We'll see. I'm gonna bank that idea. That's not
It's
bad.
easy. It's also something that is like from a space point of view, like you could fit that in a booth very
For
easily.
sure, yeah, because we don't have a huge booth because obviously we're just starting out. We're only
Yeah.
spending 5 grand on it. I think some companies are like, 100 plus grand for a booth.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Could be good. Could
Oh,
be
that
really
would be
good.
so funny. When is that happening?
September 21, 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Australia?
Nope. And I'm not going this time either.
Yeah.
But maybe in November. We'll see. That's all right. We got our partner out there. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm excited though. It's starting to snowball. Like now we had a churn problem. I think I mentioned this before. We made a mistake. We fixed it. Now the churn is very, very low.
That's good.
Uh, and it feels easier. I can't put my finger on it, but like every day there's more subscriptions than there were the previous week. There's more revenue. It's snowballing. The socials are growing a little bit faster. We're still super early, but I'm starting to feel the compound effect of all the work that we put in previously. Because that's the tough part about software. You just grind like crazy for months to make like $7. And then it starts to snowball later. And I
Yeah.
feel like we're starting to roll down the hill a little bit faster.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Hopefully
Yeah, it
that
feels good. And we've got
keep
some
keep that
we've got
momentum.
yeah, we've got some filming going tomorrow. We're resuming the paid collabs with content creators because now the revenue can support it. We got our paid collabs. We've got some paid ads being filmed tomorrow, and then paid ads being filmed with my family, with Kathy and I and the kids in early August. And this is all going to be for Meta, and we're just going to try to scale the fuck out of it. I still think that's really where the money's going to be because we had $2 downloads last time
Yeah.
on influencer content that was not catered for Meta. Like if you make some genuinely really good content and now our retention metrics are amazing, I mean this could be really good.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that's making me think about trying it again, but not going towards sell AI, like make money with AI. It's deploy 1,000 AI agents for your customers
Mm.
in a day.
I had a question. This has come up a few times now. The comment DM strategy, you turned off your replies, right?
Yeah, because I was getting throttled by Instagram.
So are there any other limitations to using that other than the replies being throttled?
The DMs not being sent. But
Okay.
this is like pretty high volume. This is like
I was gonna
probably
say this is a huge.
30,000 like 30,000 responses and DMs being sent within I mean a shorter period of like within a week, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
So like if there's any serious volume like that, yeah, it gets throttled. It still will work, but it's delayed and like for a while I couldn't share posts with anybody.
Wow.
It
That's
was just like,
crazy
oh, this
actually.
is not able to be sent. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I'm looking at our account now. We are still like under 5,000 auto responses.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah,
Just keep an eye on that ManyChat bill because that thing can skyrocket so quickly.
I know. Our last bill was $65. I
Okay,
almost
well
threw up.
you're still in.
No, we're still
Um,
within range, but there will come a time where we just have to move to GHL.
yeah. I'm gonna have to cut it short here. My stomach is getting a little unsettled right
Yep,
now.
all good, man. Do your thing. Good catch up. Thanks for the call, everyone.
Yep. Talk to you guys later. See ya.
See ya.